we will study about the grammar, the second grammar of the unit 3. Okay? So let me share the screen over here. This is what we're going to do. This is page 67. Please open up page 67. What? Can you see the answer? Yes, that's why I told you this is my answer keyboard. You already done? That's fine. If you what? 67. Yes, that one. Yeah. Yes. Then please look in front of you. No. Because I need to teach all of you. Sit down. 67. Yep, the right one. That's one. Yes, that one. 67. Page 60. No. Page.
Mister, may I go to the toilet?
Okay, go ahead, Joanna. No, that is your notebook. Okay. Please sit down. Okay, page 67. Now, what we are going to study for today is about used to and didn't used to. Can anyone tell me the meaning of used to? That's okay if you speak in Bahasa Indonesia if you want to explain it. When what? Okay, let's play skateboard and then you used to. Okay, how about you, Alexis? Alexis said in yes, I allow you to speak in Bahasa Indonesia. Yes, I know. I allow you to speak in Bahasa Indonesia. And what Alexis said in Bahasa Indonesia, the meaning of used to is pernah. So that's what we are going to study today. Because the problem is when we are going to use used to, see. You please do not play with that. Alexis. Okay. Do you find the word used to kind of confusing?
No.
Mister.
Okay, for example. I used to use a pen to write. Wait a minute. What is it?
So when you want to bonk people in Zoom, you know what you do? You pin the person you want to bonk, and then you bonk it to your camera.
I don't think I could do that. Okay, what do you think about that sentence? I used to use pen to write.
Doesn't make sense.
What do you mean doesn't make sense? Or I used to use pencil to write. Yeah.
Mr. Danny, Mr. Danny, Esther.
Okay.
Mr. Danny.
Yes, Julian, what is it? What is it,
I want to
Julian?
speak bahasa.
Yes.
I want to speak. Temennya Bapak masuk sekolah, temennya yang offline, temennya.
What do you mean? These are your friends in offline.
Temennya sekolah, temennya.
Oh, okay, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And why are you here, Alexis? Sit down! Okay. So, in Bahasa Indonesia, the word used to means pernah. But can you use used to when you still doing it? No. So that means used to is being used. I'm making my brain wash right now. Because I'm saying used to is being used when you are not using that thing anymore. Do you understand what I'm saying at all? So, yeah, something like that. Okay. So if you look into the box, if you look into the red box on your page, on page 67, the red box, we used to when we revert to habits in the past that are no longer true. So that means, for example, okay, I'm getting confused. What kind of sentence should I say? Okay? Because I want to say, do you still drink milk? And some of you may say yes.
Mister,
That's the problem. Because Tori is drinking milk right now. What?
Mister,
Did he say it in Bahasa Indonesia just now? Oh no.
Mister,
Okay, for example, okay?
Mister, Mister.
Miss? Okay then, Miss. Today you are with Miss Dina. Okay? How we miss now?
Mister.
It's fine, okay? Yes, what is it, darling?
Mister.
Okay, for example, let me ask you, who can swim in here? Okay, Tori can swim. Okay, who else can swim? Swim. Okay, now let me ask you. You could say, I used to cannot swim. Is that true or not?
No!
What do you mean no?
I can swim from like I'm 4.
From like you were 4, when you were 3, can you swim?
Yes.
From when you were 2, can you swim?
Yes.
When you were 1, can you swim?
Yes.
When you were still in your mother's tummy, can you swim?
Yes.
Oh my goodness! No. Yes.
Mister.
Yes, Simon.
Mister. I want to speak Indonesian.
What is it, Simon?
Used to itu artinya biasanya ya, Mister.
Used to in bahasa Indonesia means pernah, but you never do it again. So, for example, I used to cannot with what is this with You mean I used to ride. I used to ride a tall bicycle. You mean that one? Okay. Your mask. That is your mask. Your mask. Thank you. Okay. So let's try to do number 1A. Okay. Underline forms of the verb used to in the sentence. Which one is the used to for the first sentence? I used to. Okay, and then I used to be like. Okay, the verb is this one, like.
When I was child, everything was different. We didn't used to have
Okay, I didn't used to
Text.
select. Can you please sit down?
Mister, can I speak Indonesian, Mister?
Yes. What is it, Simon?
Jadi misalnya yang itu did you used to have a radio, berarti apakah kamu pernah mempunyai radio tapi nggak pernah punya?
Yep, that's correct. So
Gimana tuh?
this one is the verb. Okay, the verb we're using the verb like, select, and have. Okay, because that is the verb that we are using. So after the word used to, we need to use the verb think or an action because it's something that you used to have.
Like a selection.
Can you see it clearly or not? I'm confused. Yep. It's too bright.
Mr. Simon is trying to explain.
Simon already asked me, right? Do you still want to ask more, Simon? Shark boy, do you still want to ask more? I think I think you have a bad connection, Simon.
What, Mister? I don't have a bad connection.
Nothing. Okay. So let me ask you. Okay, let me tell you this. I'm going to use the word used to. I can say this. I used to teach in grade 4 in English. Because now Felix will be teaching for us. You're the one who's sitting there with Claire Ansley, Uwu, and with Alexis over here. So these three girls will be teaching us today using used to. Yay! Okay, you can already visit that back here.
Where is Mr. Mister? Where is Mr.
Okay. The problem is because
Where is Mr.
the sun. And does that mean you're allowed to sit down like that? Okay, what is it? What is it, Simon? What is it? Okay.
Where is Mr.
Okay. So let's move on. Okay. Now listen. Okay. So we will do some listening. Okay, we will do some listening. So please sit down to your place, and both of you also sit down. I know. Please listen first. Do the listening first. I know now how you tricked me to getting your book. No, I want you to listen and then do the work for this one. I know that you hardly see it, but it's also in your book. So just listen. Babas, stop making that sound. This sound. I can see that you're making that. Sit down. Hey. Sit down.
Take this book. I'm doing this myself.
Sit down. I want you to sit down. If you're okay, be quiet. If you
Mr. Danny.
wait,
Mr.
Julian.
Mr. Danny.
Wait, Julian.
Where is Mr.
Okay, wait, Julian.
Mr.
Okay. Now, Danis. Hey. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Because you just now doing things by yourself. Now, answer the question from 1 until 5. Come on, answer the question from 1 until 5. No! Sit down. Come on.
This is Mr. Mr.
What is
Danny.
it?
Mr. Danny.
What is it, Julian?
Mr.
What is it, Julian?
Where is Mr. Mister?
Not yet finished. Okay, that's
Still
why.
is
That's why be
teaching the
quiet.
other kids though.
That's why be quiet. That's why be quiet. That's why be quiet. That's why be quiet. That's why be quiet.
Mr. Mr.
Mr. Danny, where is Mr. V? Mr. Danny.
Alexis, can you sit down? Dennis, can you sit down? Thank you. Let's speak this like this. So that everyone can be silent. I want you to speak like this. I will speak like this. So everyone be silent.
Danny,
I want you to listen. Okay? Listen to the audio. Just listen. Okay?
Mr. Want to
When I was a child, everything was different. We didn't used to have driverless taxis. We took buses to school. Our classrooms weren't like yours either. We used to sit on wooden chairs, not on flying chairs. At lunchtime, we used to eat in the cafeteria, not in the space cafeteria. We used to surf the internet, but we didn't play the same video games as you. One thing hasn't changed, though. We used to love watching sci-fi movies, just like you.
Can you replay it?
Okay, you already listened to it. Now it's time for you to write down the answers. I will replay it again. I will replay it again. For those who hasn't, I will replay it again. Okay? So please listen carefully again.
When I was a child, everything was different. We didn't used to have driverless taxis. We took buses to school. Our classrooms weren't like yours either. We used to sit on wooden chairs, not on flying chairs. At lunchtime, we used to eat in the cafeteria, not in the space cafeteria. We used to surf the internet, but we didn't play the same videos as you. One thing hasn't changed, though. We used to love watching sci-fi movies, just like you.
Okay. Science fiction. It's like, maybe movie like The Martian or maybe Interstellar about science, but it's also fiction. So like going to the outer space. Fiction means it's not real. Like Star Wars. Okay? Okay, now.
Star is sci-fi.
What is what? What is what, Simon?
Star is sci-fi.
Sci-fi, it's like
Star Wars sci-fi.
It's like Star Wars. Okay, now I will repeat it again. When I was a child, everything was different. We didn't used to with D or not? Used to, not D. Without D, only used to. Okay? So,
What is the
because the reason why, because it's already used, didn't. As we can see over here, the reason is because we didn't. It's already using the past tense, didn't. That is why. Can you try to? Oh. So the focus. Okay. Sit down. Yeah, what is it? because of his doing with the permanent marker this morning. Okay, so the first one is used to have driverless taxis. We took buses to school. Our classrooms were like yours either. We used to with D, used to with D, because it's the positive. Used to what? Used to with D. Yes, used to sit on wooden chairs, not on flying chairs. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. That is number 2, right? Used to. Used to. Number 2, right? Okay. And then at lunchtime we used to. At lunchtime we used to with D because it's still in the positive sentence. And then surf the internet. But we didn't play the same video games as you. One thing hasn't changed though. We used to love watching sci-fi movies. Okay.
Is that not Cambridge or
Oh yeah, we used to surf the internet. Thank you. Okay, now let me ask you, if using used to, there are 3 kind of sentences. Every sentence has 3 kinds. Okay, every sentence has 3 kinds. The positive one, the negative one, and the question one. So if it's a positive sentence, we are using used to. If it's a negative sentence, we are using you have to use didn't used to. Okay, if it's a question mark, yes, go. If it's a question mark, we use did blank used to. Did she used to? Did you used to? So because of that, yes. Can you see it now? You mean is it too small? Okay. If it's too small, wait a minute. If it's too small, wait a minute. How about now? Okay, how about now? Better? Hmm? Can you flash? Okay, both of you go. If you cannot see it, you can go forward if you want to write it down. Okay? So when we are using positive, we are using, you can sit down over there. Sit down over there. Okay? So if it's in positive, okay, we are using used to because Story didn't bring the student's book. It's the journal. Don't you remember about your journal? Yeah. So if it's positive, we use used to. If it's negative, we are using didn't used to. And question mark, we're using did blank used to. Ended with question mark. Now let me ask you, is this for the present tense or the past tense? Past. This is for the past. Okay? Because this is for the past, that means this is something that you never do it again. It is something that you don't do again. For example, okay, I used to be a naughty kid. Oh, you want to be honest? You used to. Okay, yeah. Then you may go back and sit. Go back and sit down. Thank you. Okay, so I used to be a naughty kid. But now
Yes.
I become a terrible kid.
A what?
A terrible kid.
Yes, correct.
That is different, right?
What's a terrible what?
Terrible. For example, maybe I used to play at my house, but now I only play at school.
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead. Okay. So, Babas, can you explain that in front of the class about the toy? Can you make a story with used to? Come on, make a story with used to with that. Come on. Come on. Come
I used
on.
to play with that toy, now I throw the toy.
Yes.
I used to play the toy.
Outside the
Hey.
class.
What?
Evander spoke in Bahasa Indonesia, but he is outside the class. So not in the English zone. Okay?
Mister, I know what center, what story.
Oh, thank you.
Mister,
Sit down. Yeah?
I know what story.
What story? What is it?
What is it?
About what?
I used to play with that toy. Now
Okay.
I throw the toy away.
I used to play with that toy. Now?
No. You are supposed to make a story.
Uh-huh.
So I said, look guys, and also Mister said, go in front of the class and tell a story about that.
Uh-huh.
And I know the story. I used to play the toy. Now I throw the toy away.
Okay. Babas, you don't have to do that. No, I mean that means it seems it seems like you're angry. What is it? What is it? Where? Where is it inside the class?
No.
If it's not inside the class, should I bump Evander?
No.
No, because it's not in English zone. English zone is inside the class and when you are with me. If it's outside, it's not English zone anymore. Unless you meet with me. Yeah. Okay, I want to change that. Do not say can I speak. May I speak?
May I speak Indonesian?
Yes. When?
Mister, it's outside.
Huh?
They two not going.
No, is it inside the class or outside the class? Inside the class or outside the class?
Mister, not inside.
I don't think inside. Yes.
Sorry, can you tutup ada satu meeting? Ya, Kak.
That's outside. Not inside the class. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Mister, what did you say?
Okay.
Mister, what did you say?
Dennis, what did you say just now?
May I go to toilet? No.
Did you speak it to who you speak with?
You.
Me. But you suddenly just walk going there.
Akhirnya ke toilet.
How about I say no?
I want to.
Because you didn't show me respect at all. Just now. Because today you didn't show me respect at all. Okay, if you want to go to the toilet, go ahead. Okay, so what did I just want to say? I also forget. Yeah, I know, we're around there. So, can you give me examples using used to? Did you used to or didn't used to?
I used to play with a toy, but now I throw the toy.
Alexis said, I used to play with a toy, but now I throw the toy away. Okay? Do you have any? I didn't used to play with toys. Oh, I didn't used to play with music. You mean I didn't used to play music. Yeah.
I
Okay.
have another one.
Yeah.
I didn't use to have 50 fish.
I didn't used to have what?
30 fish.
So now you have a 30 fish?
Kind of.
Kinda.
I used to play my hamster and sister.
I used to play cook with my hamster and sister. That's kind of a terrible news.
Oh yeah, hamster.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
not good.
Yeah, I know. Rest in peace for Goldie. Okay.
And Nara and my parents. How many do you use?
Okay. Can anyone give me an example using did used to?
I used to have
Did used to. The question.
Did I used to have 50 hamsters? You used to have
Did you used to have a TV? Okay, that's a good question. But the one that I'm thinking about, the one. What is it?
Ivan, may I speak Indonesia, Mister?
Yes. Go ahead.
Itu Mister, aku pengen yang tentunya yang did bla 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 itu Mister.
What? I cannot hear it clearly.
Itu Mister, aku pengen buat kata-kata yang buat did bla 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 itu Mister.
Nah, do you have it?
Yes, Mister.
Can you give it to me?
But I still confused with my word.
Okay, let me just write down what Alexis said. Okay, let me just write down what Alexis said about her own sentence. Did I used to play with toys? Now the question is, who are you asking?
You.
Why would you ask me about you?
Oh, no.
Did I used to play with toys?
Mister, I heard
It seems like you have an amnesia.
No, I didn't.
Mister.
I said,
Mister.
did you use
Mister.
Okay. Did you used to
Mister.
have?
used to
Mister.
Wait.
50 hamsters?
50 hamsters. Okay. Okay, Joanna.
How many hamsters did you have?
Why does the Wonder Woman called a Wonder Woman?
Maybe he used to not a Wonder Woman.
I have one more.
No.
Did you
No.
used to
Wonder Woman is not called Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is called wait. No.
Do you used to walk
No, answer.
in a flat?
in a flat? I don't know. Okay.
Why does the Wonder Woman call a Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
Because Wonder Woman always wondering about where she left her invisible jet.
Yes.
Mister, kita ngomong GW in Indonesia.
Did Winston spoke in bahasa Indonesia just now?
No. Because I need it because I.
Okay. For those in the Zoom, did Winston spoke in bahasa Indonesia just now? For those in the Zoom, I cannot hear you.
I don't hear Mister.
Okay.
I don't hear also.
I didn't hear it. Maybe it's because it's like when you say PPW, it's supposed to be PPW, right, in English. Maybe it's like that. Okay. Okay. Let's move on. I'm gonna clear everything.
I have another.
Let's move on to the next page. Okay. We will do some little bit of listening and then circle the technologies she's talking about. Okay. Yes, that one. Okay. Now, listen carefully. If we can, if we have time. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't think we have time. Okay. Listen and choose the technologies she talks about. Okay. So everyone, please be quiet.
What technology do you use in school at the moment? Maybe tablets, Wi-Fi, the internet? Can you imagine a school where students play video games to help them learn school subjects? Well, it's possible that will happen in the future. Did you know that airplane pilots already learn how to fly planes with video games? That's right. They play and play, and this way, they practice how to take off and land the airplane. Now, experts are testing how video games can help us with other subjects. In the test, students play a popular video game, but the game has been changed to include lots of information about science. In the game world, students have to build things and explore. They work together. They learn science as they are playing the game. They don't need a teacher at all. Can you imagine that? The people who made the game say it's really helped their students to learn science. So what next? Maybe it will be possible to learn other subjects this way. Would you like to learn through a computer game? Or do you prefer listening to a teacher? Holograms are used more in schools and universities now too. Maybe you are asking, what's a hologram? Well, holograms are pictures in 3D made from light. They're a kind of augmented reality. With holograms, you can see things that aren't really there. Imagine this. You could watch wild animals running right in front of you. That's much more interesting than a picture in a book, don't you think? And less dangerous than having a real lion or jaguar in your classroom. You could explore places you can't go in real life, too. Imagine if the floor in your classroom turned into the surface of the moon. That's possible with holograms. With holograms, you can even see inside a human body. I'd like to see a heart beating, wouldn't you? In art class, you could design cartoon characters and use holograms to make them move in front of you. Awesome! Holograms can help us explore the past, too. For example, you can go back in time to see what ancient monuments were like hundreds of years ago. Imagine seeing the pyramids, for example. That could be a fun history class. Holograms also help us think about the future. We can see what new buildings will look like before they are made. Imagine you could see holograms in your classroom. What would you most like to see?
You like the second name? Okay, so which technologies that she talks about? Video games and about holograms.
Video games, holograms.
Okay, video games and holograms. Correct. Now, if we look
Is
into
it
the
true video games help us?
video games could help you, really. Okay.
And then my mom always stopped me from playing the video game.
It depends what kind of video games that you're going to play. There are video games that could help you. There are video games that couldn't help you. Okay, now we want to try true or false. Okay, from the listening just now.
No.
About video games, pilots use video games to learn how to fly. Is it true or false?
Yes.
True,
yes,
that's
yes,
true.
Yes. True.
Okay. B. Experts change a popular video game to include lots of information about math. Is it true or false? False. What is it? Can you see it now?
Students learning the
Okay. Now, students learning with the video game don't need a teacher. True. And yeah. What is it? Yeah. Go.
False.
Okay, the
D
video games
false. D
didn't help
false.
students to learn science.
Mister, can I?
False.
False. Okay, now let's talk about holograms, okay? Holograms are used less in schools and universities now than in the past.
Mister,
False.
It's false. Okay, what is it, Simon?
may I bring Mister?
Yes, go ahead.
Holograms are 3D
Okay,
pictures.
holograms are 3D pictures made from paper.
False. 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 Why is it
False.
made from paper?
Okay, see, using holograms you can see things that aren't really there.
Yes. True.
True. Holograms only allow you to explore the past. It's false. False. You can explore everything that you want. Okay? So, Alexis asked about holograms. Holograms is more like a projector. It is using projector still, but this is not hologram. This is just projector because it's projecting only 2D. If it suddenly becomes live like a human,
It's 3D.
it's 3D. It's almost like this, but 3D. What is it? That is a sticker. That's not a hologram. Okay, so that's it for our lesson for today. Okay, I want to stop the screen sharing. What is it?
What is that?
That is a comment. Okay, I'm gonna stop the screen sharing. We already finished. I will see you again next time. Bye bye.
Bye.